today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Mitchell Trubisky and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Straight ahead, we punch the second of two tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They're led out by the 6-year quarterback out of the University of North Carolina, Mitch Trubisky.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the second round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from him. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Trubisky will throw. Setting up the screen, Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Now Trubisky lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And some room to roam now. There he goes left side. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. And all the pressure that goes on in these playoffs, but the first score here in the divisional round always very key.
Partner, this team handled it like it was a regular season game, that they were confident in what they were doing, came right out and established themselves early.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now it's Trubisky. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a first down. They go play action. Trubisky. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Joey Bosa in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. Back deep is Tavon Austin. This is fielded at the 27. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the 50, here's Herbert. This complete to David Bell. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. It's Eckler again. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Dillon will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let it power his way forward.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Trubisky to throw. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down. Now it's Trubisky. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. And this incomplete. An excellent play downfield on the football. Might have had a shot to pick it off even, but it's 2nd down. Now Trubisky. His throw incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Joey Bosa. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks are starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
guy, what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Well, this is caught by Williams. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. Eckler now between the tackles. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Steps away to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round weekend. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Here's Herbert. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Force it.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. It's been very much a slow... Start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Completion here to Claypool. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. He finds Pickens over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing here, Trubisky. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Herbert now. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. That's complete to Bell over the middle. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well inside the 25. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This 4th and final matchup on this Divisional Round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC Divisional Round game. And it's the Indianapolis Colts who are moving on to the next round as they were able to eliminate the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. He'll hand off here to Eckler. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Finding room at midfield. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Cameron Hayward. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Herbert out left. He's got it to Everett. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
So good coverage there defensively, as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you have extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
And get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And incomplete on the deep ball. needed a few inches there on second, but forget the halfback dive. They were going for the big one.
I thought it was a good time to take a shot. You figure with their running game, if they don't get it there, you come back and run for it and pick up the first down. Go ahead and be aggressive. Try and get one downfield for a big one.
43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. On first down, Justin Herbert. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Herbert on third down now. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Flushed out right. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 10 more there and another first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. Touchdown, Chargers! Mike Williams, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Chargers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Olszewski now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On first down, Trubisky. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Able to hit his target, Claypool. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, Trubisky. He's going to air one out. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation points, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
On 2nd down, Eckler shifts by him. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 72 yards on the ground for Eckler here, and that's a 1st down. Once more, here's Eckler. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A give. Eckler running to the right. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down. He continues to be a major factor carrying the football here into the 4th quarter, Charles.
Another big gain on the ground. Big guys working strong up front. A lot of them not just taking care of business at the line of scrimmage, but getting into the linebacker spots and taking care of the 2nd level as well.
And they're taking advantage of everything right now on the scoreboard with that lead. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Eckler will score. Touchdown, Chargers.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
McPherson on for the point after. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker Kyle Van Noy. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hole.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. Wide open. It's Allen, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now it's Herbert. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. What impressive performance just became a little bit more impressive here as they add yet another score to the ledger late in the 4th quarter.
And not much has stopped them at any point in this game, partner. This is just an old-fashioned blowout right here. They probably could have put the brakes on themselves, but they elected not to and played this one all the way out.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Chargers, they're going to continue on in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody. Thanks for watching. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.